Welcome back. The Chiefs Challenge here in Simcoe continues with another look at the host team and the reigning ISC World Tournament champion, Hill United Chiefs, coming off impressive 10-0 wins over the Toronto Batmen and then a 12-1 triumph one night ago as well against the Oswegan Redmen, facing the Townsend Tide. Peter Lubardius alongside Joe Todd to bring you this one, and a look, if we will, at the Hill United Chiefs lineup for this particular game. Shane Boland will lead things off. Brad Ezekiel, Nick Shales, Tony Gonzalez, Alan Pecker, Nick White, who is off to a great start in 2025 in the 6th spot. Kyle Ezekiel bats in the 8 hole, and Edgar Pipolo Lopez bats 9th. And they will face a youngster by the name of Nolan Bultina, who will also bat first.
Yes. You don't see that very often.
No, you do not. Bultina has played for his country in past years. In fact, he played in the 2023 U18 World Cup for Canada. He's from Arthur, Ontario, and he gets the call, and he'll pitch to Mitch McComb. The Townsend Tide, who went 0 for 3 last weekend in Mitchell, have acquitted themselves well so far here this weekend. Despite the fact they're 0-2, they fell earlier today, Joe, in a game that you called 4-1.
Very good game against Batman.
And fell 6-0. They forced the Northeast Drillers to all 7 innings last night. So in their case, that's a real win. And here's Shane Boland to lead things off for the Chiefs. He missed the first weekend of the season. Thought he had a lot of quality at-bats in Mitchell last weekend, despite only registering a couple of hits. But had a good start to the Chiefs Challenge. He was 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 2 RBI against the Toronto Batmen. He was 0 for 2 in the game against the Oswegan Redmen as he deals with a young pitcher, Butina. Butina misses up and out and falls behind the Canadian national team member, longtime member of the team, Shane Boland. Shane walks on 4 consecutive pitches to open this game.
Bultina has to find that plate now. Work with McComb. Obviously, he's probably got a little butterflies facing a team like this.
I don't think there's any question about that. And here's a guy who's never an easy out, Bradley Ezekiel, the 38-year-old from Holyrood, Newfoundland. And Bultina yet to deliver his first strike. Brad is 12 for 26 so far in 2025. 2 doubles, 3 home runs, and 11 runs batted in. He had a 2-run home run in the game against the Toronto Batmen last night in a 10-0 4-inning triumph. As Bultina comes up and in and misses. And he has started the game with 7 consecutive balls.
Just not the way you want to go.
Not against this group. There's his first strike. Bradley Ezekiel taking all the way.
Now throw your favorite pitch here, Nolan.
Ezekiel, a squibber right back, and Shane Boland is going to be thrown out.
Good play by Bultina.
Over at third, so some good defense. The squibber off the bat as we get another peek at it. And Bultina took a look. And Boland tried to slide around to the very back corner of the bag.
Good tag by Wardell at third.
Couldn't quite get there. So there's one away. 1-5 on the putout. And now it's Nick Shales who hits it well, but right at center fielder Troy Moffitt for out number 2. So a line out off the bat of Shales, who, like Ezekiel, is off to a great beginning this season. Nick now 14 for 28.
Yeah, 500 is good.
That's not bad if you like that sort of thing. This is Tony Gonzalez, 4 for 24 on the year with a home run and 6 runs batted in. He had a RBI, hit and run on. And Jeff Bassendale puts the tag on Brad Ezekiel. And after a tough start in terms of finding the strike zone, Nolan Boltina's defense helped him out in the top of the first.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca.
We'll set the Hill United Chiefs defensively for you. White, Ezekiel, and Alan Pecker in the outfield. Shane Boland at shortstop. Tony Gonzalez at second. Nick Shales will play at third base in the game. And over at first, it's Pipolo Lopez, the battery. Luciano Biondi behind home plate, the 22-year-old Argentine catcher. And for a second straight game, Joe, Jeff Ellsworth, John Stewart, and John Hill, the terrific coaching staff of the Chiefs, go with 31-year-old Martin Gonzalez, who in the game last night against the Oswegan Redmen pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, 4 hits, struck out 8, and did not walk anyone. Chiefs received a great 4 innings from Marco Diaz. And we've yet to see Justin Schofield this weekend. I would guess he might get the call.
Sure.
Against the Northeast Drillers in what very likely could be a showdown for first place in the round robin in the final game of the day coming up at 6 o'clock. The pitcher, Nolan Boltina, leads things off. That'll help his confidence, getting out of that part of the lineup without surrendering a hit to the Chiefs.
Boltina was 2 for 3 in the game against the Toronto Batman. Leadoff batter this morning, scored 1 run.
Their only run, in fact.
Yes.
In a 4-1 setback. And that game was tied at 1, and Boltina's got another hit. It's off the end of the bat. It finds the hole between first and second. And Nolan Boltina starts things well for the Townsend Tide. Tournament brought to you in part by Village Cafe, based on the Six Nations. Indigenous owned and operated, located at 1875 Fourth Line Road in the village of Oswegan. Dropping down a bunt, barehanded attempt by Nick Shales. Eludes him. As Corey McLean dropped down a sacrifice bunt.
McLean had 2 sacrifice bunts in the game against the Batman this morning, so a little bit of a pattern going here.
So first and second. We'll check and see how that was officially scored.
Gentlemen, how was from the scorekeepers? Hit or an error? Error?
Not not charged with a time at bat, however, because it's a sacrifice bunt. 2 on. Shane Boland recovers. There was a bit of a juggle, but did well to collect it, and then the toss for Gonzalez to get McLean. So a good recovery by Boland. It almost ate him up. Juggled and tossed for out number 1. And runners at the corners now for third baseman Kent Wardell. Wardell from Fisherville. That can't be too far from here, I'm going to guess.
That would be a 15, 20-minute drive from here. More on the other side of Jarvis.
As the Peter Lubardius Learning Ontario softball tour continues this weekend. I don't think I drove through Fisherville yesterday.
If you did, you came the wrong way.
Well, but if you know how I am directionally, that is
it's possible.
I turned, in fact, this morning, driving here on my own, I turned 19 minutes into 26.
Oh.
I went the opposite way, coming out of the driveway where we are staying. There's Gonzalez looking to get out of a jam to begin his first inning of work.
Nice morning for a drive.
It was. I saw some back roads I probably didn't require. And a big strikeout for Martin Gonzalez to get Kent Wardell swinging for out number 2 and strikeout number 1. Alex Vandervoort. And the Tide would love nothing better than to strike first. In a loss last weekend in Mitchell to the watered-down Hammer, Alex went 2 for 2 in a game. Gonzalez working down, but missed outside to Vandervoort, the Townsend Tide first baseman. 2 balls and no strikes. And really good movement, Joe, on that pitch.
Big bend there.
Big bend indeed. Now comes upstairs, outside with a rise. And part of good pitching is when do you find your best stuff when you need it the most?
Well, with that runner in the corners right now.
Up the middle, a base hit. And Vandervoort with an RBI single allows Townsend to strike first. So just when we had mentioned that maybe Gonzalez was going to find his way out, he does not.
Good job by Vandervoort with that RBI.
Brings to the plate the catcher Mitch McComb. Mitch is from Chatsworth. He had one big game last weekend in Mitchell. He went 3 for 4 with an RBI against the U23 version of the Toronto Batmen, who had a very good weekend. Talking about that Batman group last weekend in Mitchell.
Mitch also plays up in the Blue Water Fastball League as well, getting some extra games in.
Rise that McComb was able to lay off of that time. So the Townsend Tide take the lead against the heavily favored Hill United Chiefs. Trying to run the record to 3-0. This is lifted high and deep, but caught by Bradley Ezekiel to limit the damage. So the Tide strike first and lead by 1 after 1 here on day 2 of the Chiefs Challenge in Simcoe.
inch by inch, we will fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
Alan Pecker, who had a day for the ages on Championship Saturday in Surrey, British Columbia. Just 6 for 9, 4 home runs, 9 RBI, 2 home runs in the title game against the then, now Bear Creek Gremlins. Other than that, Joe, pretty routine.
Yeah. Whatever he ate for breakfast that morning, he better replicate.
Yeah, you might want to have that every morning. He's 7 for 19, Alan Pecker is, early in 2025 with a double, a triple, and 6 runs batted in. He was 2 for 3 with a run batted in against the Batman last evening and fouls this Nolan Bultina pitch out of play. Chance to set our umpiring crew for you.
Home plate is Scott McLaren from Penticton, British Columbia. At first base is Mike DeBrew from Mississauga. Third, Dave Harrington, Napanee.
Over the head of Moffat, and Pecker, who can fly, speeds in easily for a lead-off triple to begin the second. Just a little misjudged, Joe.
Yeah.
As it carries over the head of Moffat.
That first step so important by a center fielder.
Is it ever? 21-year-old Nick White, 12 for 19. He's homered, driven in 8, 2 for 3 with a run batted in last night. As he continues to make a significant difference in his second year with the Hill United Chiefs. Did not play a lot in 2024. A bunt. Bultina looks, and when you look and Nick White is the guy who lays it down, you're not going to get him.
No. He took a peek over at Pecker at third base and realized the third baseman was also charging. Shortstop didn't come over. Went to shortstop or second base.
And that's going to be another hit for Nick White. And another speedster. Nothing but speedsters for the Hill United Chiefs in this part of the lineup. And there goes Nick White. But he'll have to go back because Luciano Biondi, who wears 15 when the Chiefs wear this jersey, generally it's 34.
Oh.
Just a little note for you, Joe.
Sure, thank you.
You pass so many good ones along to me. Every once in a while, I'd like to return the favor. Here's a bunt, and Biondi, like White can fly. He's going to bring in the first run, but a pretty good defensive effort to retire him over at first.
Great play by Bultina. Pick up that ball, toss it underhand. Driving in Pecker from third base, advancing Nick White over to third.
Yeah, Bultina can field his position very well. So the Chiefs have tied it. And 60 feet away from taking their first lead of the afternoon. Kyle Ezekiel in the designated player role in this game. Kyle 2 for 9 with a double and 4 runs batted in. He drove in a couple of runs in the game last night against Osweekon, and Nick White will score easily on the wild pitch, and it's 2-1 for Hill United.
Just taking advantage of every little mistake.
No Lenny Viavazzo for the Chiefs so far this weekend. He's banged up on a slide last weekend in Mitchell. Ezekiel will test the shortstop, and he'll beat that out. Enough of a bobble from Corey McLean to allow Kyle Ezekiel to make his way on to first.
Now batting the first baseman, number 9, Pipilo Lopez.
Pipilo Lopez in the number 9 spot. And he lines this one right into the glove of Schlotzenhauer, playing in left. And there are 2 down. That's a well-hit ball.
Yes, got all of it. It just took her the other way.
Those make you mad as a hitter. Top of the order for Shane Boland, who takes a rise ball well out of the zone. Two in and 2 out for the Chiefs at the top of the second. And Shane Boland lines this one back. And again, it gets over the head of Moffitt. Kyle Ezekiel gets the stop sign from head coach Jeff Ellsworth over at third. And Shane Boland has another double here at the Chiefs Challenge.
Single.
Long single. I would have thought for sure when that ball went over the head he would have raced to second. But yes, a long single indeed.
Now batting the center fielder, number 11, Brad Ezekiel.
As Brad Ezekiel takes inside. Reached on a fielder's choice. Squibbed one off the end of his bat. See if he can keep the rally alive. Towards the gap. And gone. It's all he seems to do.
Yes. Great upper body power. Just took a lot of barrel on that ball and drove it over that fence.
Brad Ezekiel's 4th home run of 2025. His 2nd of the Chiefs Challenge. And it is 5-1. A 3-run shot from the 8-time All-World outfielder. And that's what this lineup, Joe, can do.
Yes, it's just so powerful. 1 through 9, and probably the other 6 on the bench here are just as good.
There are no easy outs. Nick Shales. He lined out to center his first time up today. So Bradley Ezekiel blows it open. The 3-run homer. He's up to 14 runs batted in this 2025 campaign, the 3rd straight weekend of action for the Hill United Chiefs. They were the co-champions at the Jack Grafmeyer Memorial 2 weekends ago. They don't really want to think about Mitchell, and things are going much, much more Hill United-like in their own tournament, the Chiefs Challenge.
Sometimes you have little bleeps in your schedule, and
off the end of the bat, Shales laughing all the way as he lines out to first. Hill United gave up the first run and then countered with 5 of their own as they'll defend shortly. They lead by 4.
How confident are you in your organization's security posture? If your answer isn't 100%, you're not alone. Most organizations aren't doing enough to protect their data, and they know it. With Armitage Technology, you can stop worrying about IT security issues so you can focus on moving your business forward. Our experienced staff monitor and maintain your IT infrastructure to keep your business running. Visit us at armitagetech.com and make your technology work for your business.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the
When Martin Gonzalez left the circle, his team trailed by 1. He takes the ball in the second. His team leads by 4. Tough short hop for Shane Boland, but comes up with it and delivers to get Aaron Waugh on the first pitch of the bottom of the second.
Good charge by Shane Boland, not to sit on his heels. Took that step in, picked it up on the clean bounce.
And threw it right in the middle of Pipolo Lopez's chest, exactly where it would be designed to go. Center fielder Troy Moffitt, who's been busy in center, had a couple of balls get over his head in the last inning. Troy's from Waterloo, Ontario. The best game of last weekend for the Townsend Tide was their 2-1 loss to Sebringville. They fell 6-4 to the Toronto U23 Batmen, and then at a tough one with the Waterdown Hammer, fell 7-0 in that game. They're 0 for 2 so far at the Chiefs Challenge. They'll certainly have, Joe, a good opportunity to record a win in their final round robin game, which will be a game against the Oswegan Redmond to close out the round robin, as Martin Gonzalez has his second strikeout of the afternoon.
They're also entered in the Peter Holman Classic next weekend. So that means the Townsend Tide have been in 5 weekends in a row, or when this is completed.
That's a lot of softball.
Yes. Teams that want to play.
Which is great. So 2 out.
Good bounce there by Lucci, going down that line.
Yeah, he is so athletic. I think for him, even in watching him very closely to start this season, he has all the tools, Joe, every single one. Now I think it's just a matter of experience and maturing and, learning hitters. And
well, he's got a great mentor on the bench, too, Bruno Martroni, bringing him along.
And they're both from Argentina. But yes, this young catcher, and in chatting with the Hill coaching staff, I knew that he was going to receive a lot more work this year as they continue to try to grow his game. That busted. Willie Schlotzenhauer up and in. That'll make you take 3 deep breaths, not just one. So the 2-2 pitch on its way, and Schlotzenhauer just got a chunk. Came in to pitch in the game against the Batmen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's correct.
Right now, he's just trying to get things going in this inning. Again to Shane Boland, backhanded, and a strike again to Lopez. A 1-2-3 inning for Martin Gonzalez and the Hill United Chiefs, who lead by 4 after 2.
let's talk about a local one-stop shop. Live Well for Life is just that, a fitness, nutrition, and therapy facility all under one roof. Located at 3878 Wellington Street in Mitchell, Ontario, you can get so much done in just one visit. A full complement of staff on hand include chiropractic, massage, and personal training to get you back to your healthy self. Find them on the web at livewellforlifeinc.com or give
Live Well for Life, a proud sponsor of the broadcast program.
Nolan Boltina back to work with the young pitcher. And the Hill United Chiefs, thanks in part to a Bradley Ezekiel 3-run homer, lead this one 5-1 as we go to the top of the third. And Tony Gonzalez to start things off. Tony grounded to second to end inning number 1. The play was not made on him. There was a tag on Brad Ezekiel trying to go from first to second.
I like Gonzalez out of that number 4 hole. Does a great job there.
An all-world player in Surrey at the most recent ISC World Tournament where he hit .455. Lifts it high. And this time, Moffett under it and makes the catch. As Gonzalez very close to adding to the Hill United advantage. Alan Pecker tripled over the head of Troy Moffett. This one in the gap. And gone. Alan Pecker goes deep. And it's 6-1.
Got all of that ball. Very solid on the barrel.
Hit it well. And for Allen, that's his first home run of 2025. The difference is 6-1, and it looks like that might be it potentially for young pitcher Nolan Boltina. Maybe just a conversation and other defensive change. We'll have to wait and see what the changes are. As the head coach of the Tide goes over his lineup card. And looks like we will have a new pitcher come into the game. Sawyer Stone about to enter the game. Sawyer threw 4 2/3 innings last weekend in Mitchell. Gave up 9 runs, struck out 4. He is from Jarvis. And he'll take over from Boltina. And I wonder if Boltina is going to stay in the game. I'm going to guess that he finds a home somewhere, maybe.
I'm thinking he might be going back to
catch.
No. Oh, Aaron was going in to catch the DP.
So Aaron was going to catch. Boltina is going to remain in the game. So Aaron gets himself set. And we'll await the changes as an Alan Pecker solo home run has given the Hill United Chiefs a 6-1 advantage. This tournament brought to you in part by Modern Travel, the travel agent for the Hill United Chiefs, and Seeing Red Media. They're located on the Six Nations Grand River territory. Also brought to you by MVP Wholesale Puff Hut, also on the Six Nations land. Sponsor of the tournament, sound system, and all the audio. So we thank them for their great contribution. And Weingard Ford, since 1945, serving Caledonia, Hamilton, Six Nations, and the surrounding area. They're located at 140 Argyle Street South. So Baltina is going to stay in the game and go to right field. I heard that one. Waugh is moving into the catching spot. And I'm going to guess my fine partner, Mr. Todd.
Mitch McComb will be now the designated player.
So he'll stay in the game to hit. So I think we have it all straight for you. So Reese Constable has come out of the game.
Yes.
That's the only thing to add.
So Sawyer Stone is actually going in for Reese Constable.
Indeed. Well, he's in an all-important pitching position, trying to keep his team in the game as he throws a changeup to Nick White, who had a bunt base hit and scored one of the 5 Chief runs in the second. Gets around on that and certainly caught the attention of John Hill. What a beautiful guy John Hill is. Boy, I've enjoyed getting to know him even better in the last 3 weeks. Just thoroughly enjoying my time with him. Given so much to the game. His son was okay at the sport.
Yes, yes.
Still playing in the Newfoundland Senior League out there. Jason Hill, a longtime Canadian national team member. Well, that tied Nick White up in a bit of a knot, but he's able to fight it off. So Hill United gave up the first run, as they did actually against Oswego last night in the 12-1 win, and then got the job done with 12 and Nick White. That hasn't happened a lot this year. Makes an out, goes down swinging. Is a nice beginning for Sawyer Stone.
Good inside pitch tying up the hands of Nick White.
Sawyer Stone sounds like he should probably be in Hollywood somewhere with a name like that. Should find him on Crave or Hulu or Netflix. Now facing Luciano Biondi, the Hill United Chiefs' 22-year-old catcher. Just foul. And he'll play at the World Cup for Argentina, will Luciano Biondi. He had a really good qualifying tournament last year in Prince Albert, which Argentina finished first. And drives one to right field and has his first base hit of the afternoon. So he hits a pitch up in the strike zone, gets his hands through it. Generally, you would lose the trade on the courtesy catcher with 2 out. But in a race, I'm not sure. I still think I'd give Nick White a bit of an edge. Kyle Ezekiel pops that. Hung up long enough in the air to record the out. Alan Pecker takes one out of the yard. and it's 6-1 Hill United.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Oh, it was a foot over his head.
6-1. And while we were just about to return, our home plate umpire,
Scott
McLaren from British Columbia, a terrific umpire, has worked a number of world events. And he looked at Luciano Biondi and said, "How did you hit that?" The pitch was up. There's no doubt about it. Nolan Boltina, dealing with a pitch that was up, is the now right fielder, starting pitcher to begin the game. Swings and misses on it. Fouls that one straight back, did Boltina. As I mentioned earlier, played for Canada in the 2023 U18 World Cup of softball. And delivers his second hit of the afternoon. He's 2 for 2.
2 for 3 in this morning's game, so got a great day going.
Does he ever? Showed great quick hands. That wasn't a poor pitch, Joe.
Yeah, that was good follow through.
And it was in a decent spot if you're Gonzalez. Boltina went 5 for 19 in that world event in Mexico in 2023. And had 9 runs batted in. So that's impressive.
He's really progressed in the last 2 years.
Gonzalez with good off speed. And Corey McLean. So Boltina at first with a leadoff base hit. Gonzalez thought he might have found an outside corner that time. McLean reached on an error, trying to lay down a sacrifice bunt. And did well to check his swing that time. Great day for a softball game and tournament.
A little bit overcast, but rain has held off and moved away.
Cloud just makes it a little more comfortable, that's all. A strikeout for Gonzalez. He's up to 3 in the game. And there's 1 away in the bottom of the third. Second baseman Jeff Bassendale. Jeff reached on a fielder's choice and fouls this one, a screamer. Well out of play. That sun can be tough, though, for fielders when it's just crawling out of the clouds, as it is right now. I'm looking at Tony Gonzalez at second, and I don't know if it's just the color of the glasses or what the sun is doing. Gonzalez nearly plunked Bassendale. The Tide have been competitive this weekend, and that's really, Joe, what they would hope for.
Yeah, just put some of those learning lessons in your back pocket. They will come back to help you.
And they will compete, I believe, in Mankato.
Yes, they are going to attend the World Tournament for the first time.
That'll be exciting. Not the location that Gonzalez and Biondi were hoping from. I almost felt like it might end up being a strike anyway. And because of where Biondi ended up being set up, I almost think it hurt the pitcher a little bit. As Gonzalez finds himself in a pretty good battle with Jeff Bassendale. Well hit. A sharp single into center, and the Tide have something going here in the third inning. Can't really tell from my vantage point if there's any Hill United Chiefs relief work going on. I don't think I've seen anybody go there yet.
Thank you. Blair says no one in the bullpen.
Well, you know he's always listening.
Yes.
So we'll have a pinch hitter for Kent Wardell. Marco
DeCenzo
is the batter. It can be quite difficult to find roster information coming into these weekend events outside of the main groups.
Yes.
Which just might be a pet peeve of mine, Joe, who tries to be very prepared going into each and every one of these broadcasts. I've never been a fly by the seat of my pants broadcaster in my 40 years of doing it. Shane Boland ranging and juggled. Did so well to get to that ball and just couldn't grasp it the way he wanted to give himself a chance to throw it.
Very hard hit ball, too.
So Alex Vandervoort might get credit for a single there. I would think there's...
I got a single.
Yeah, I would score it that way if I was scoring myself. And all of a sudden, the bases are loaded here in the third for the Tide.
McComas hit the deep one, center fielder Brad Ezekiel in the first inning.
Yeah, that one almost left the yard.
Yeah, about
Boy,
3 feet short of the fence.
Game would change a lot if he could add another 3 or 4 feet on this at-bat. Gonzalez has other ideas. And receiving a lot of encouragement from his Chiefs teammates. And delivers a huge strikeout. gets himself out of a bases-loaded jam. And we'll head to the fourth with the host Chiefs in front of the Townsend Tide 6-1. (6-1) is Sawyer Stone back to the circle. He replaced the starter, Nolan Boltina, in the last inning, and he'll deal with the number 9 hitter in the Chiefs lineup, 31-year-old Pipolo Lopez from Tijuana, Mexico. Pipolo hit .280 for the Chiefs in 2024. He's now 6 for 17 to begin 2025 with a double and 2 runs batted in. Hit the ball well, Joe, his first time up. A liner right at Willie Schlutzhauer in the second. Change up from Stone, misses inside. Lopez was 4 for 14 at last year's ISC World Tournament. Digs in.
I think you got to come back with it. Try and come back with a little bit of a drop.
Strike. Ball and 2 strikes, or 2 balls and 1 strike, pardon me, to Lopez. Rips it. Boltina knocks it down, and Lopez never hesitated. He was making his way to second right when it left the bat. So a second double in the season for Pipolo Lopez, and the Chiefs begin the fourth with an extra base hit. Blake Hunter will pinch hit for Shane Boland.
Now back with the Chiefs, number 3, Blake Hunter.
Blake, the pride of Nanaimo, British Columbia. In his first year with the Chiefs, he was a member of the then New York Gremlins last year. Play for Canada again at the upcoming World Cup in Prince Albert. He's 7 for 16 here in 2025. He's doubled, he's homered, he's driven in 5, and had a good opening day at the Chiefs Challenge, 1 for 2 against the Batmen. He was 2 for 3 with his first home run of the year, and 2 runs batted in against Oswego last night. Trying to keep the hot streak going, and pulls this foul.
Well, his versatility is his number 1 asset. He can play anywhere. Does a good job behind the plate, play infield, done the outfield for a few times, so he can go anywhere and do a job.
You're right. That is his greatest attribute. Versatility. And when he gets hot, he can put some big-time streaks together. And wonder if he might be in the middle of one right about now.
Good rise ball there by Sawyer Stone.
Quality rise indeed. Stone's second strikeout in relief as he gets Blake Hunter for out number one. Brad Ezekiel, a 3-run homer his last time up to break the game open. When I watch him, he gets at least one hit every game. I think only on 3, maybe 4 occasions and all the times I've watched him, which is not anywhere as often as people like you and Blair, but I'm probably in the 50 range at this point, and I can literally, and it seems like every time I play it, he adds to the streak of getting a hit. 1 for 2 with a 3-run homer in this one.
I think you have to be his agent.
I'm working on it. 13 for 28 on the season. Up to 4 home runs and 14 runs batted in. Hit .346 in 2024. And remember, this is a much shortened club season. As Ezekiel on base again this time as he draws a 1-out walk. Brad hit 19 home runs in 2024. Had 37 runs batted in. 436 on base, 1,200 OPS. For those of you scoring at home. Nick Shales has not done this a lot. He's 0 for 2 in the game, lined out once to center and then went off the end of the bat to first. There's no line out to first, but again, he'll make an out flying out to center for the second time, so hit it pretty well. But an 0 for 3 day to start for Nick Shales. Deep enough that both runners were able to move up a bag. And Tony Gonzalez, 0 for 2 in the game. Trying to change that. And will. Good base running by Brad Ezekiel to stay out of the road and not be hit, which would have ended the inning. Instead, Gonzalez has a 2-run single, and the Chiefs' lead is 8-1. Good hitting from Gonzalez.
Good clutch hitting, yep. Come off and drive in those 2 runs that were sitting at scoring position.
And Quentin Bruce is going to hit for Alan Pecker, who had a triple and a home run today. Quentin, I would say, had a quite memorable last game. Quite a memorable 3rd inning last night against the Oswegan Braves. He hit 2 home runs in the 3rd inning last night and drove in 6, including a grand slam.
He loves Friday nights.
When this guy's hot, it wouldn't matter if it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday. And you could see him really starting to find his groove last weekend. And there's another hit on cue from Quentin Bruce, who will represent Canada again at the upcoming World Cup of softball in Prince Albert. It's Quentin Bruce really finding his stroke. He's up to 10 hits now on the season. Pretty nice when you can go to your bench and have guys like Bruce and now Matroni come off the bench.
Really shows you the depth of that roster.
So a base hit for Quentin, who has great speed, and Bruno Matroni still trying to find out officially if he's turned 40 yet. He's 12 for 23. 2 doubles, a triple, a home run, 9 runs batted in. In the first night of this tournament, Joe, he's 4 for 5 with 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in. And had a notion, but laid off the Sawyer Stone pitch. The longtime captain of the Argentine national team, a world champion in 2019 in Prague. Thank you, Joe. Still 39. How'd you find that so quickly?
Facebook.
Facebook. Guess I have to start using Facebook more often.
Profile.
Thank you. Was that December 16, did I see there?
Yes, it was.
I'm going to put that in my notes right now. Thank you. So we'd have to wait till next season until he's officially 40. I'm going to get you to look up Nick Shales, too, for me when you have a sec. Matroni pulls it off the hands of another longtime national teamer and head coach Jeff Ellsworth, who gives a little snicker. Again, congratulations to he and his wife Amanda on the upcoming birth of a new addition to the family. We hope everybody's healthy. Matroni, the 39-year-old, will fly out to end the inning. Chiefs add 2 more and lead 8-1 heading to the bottom of the 4th as they're closing in on a 3rd consecutive win in their own Chiefs Challenge.
Dreamcatcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. I know we have a long way to go, but I'm proud to say as long as our people have a need, Dreamcatcher will be there for them.
(8-1) is now the score in favor of the Hill United Chiefs, as Martin Gonzalez set to work a 4th straight inning. He's battled it at times in this game. Was able to get himself, Joe, out of a bases loaded situation in the 3rd. The 31-year-old from Paraná in Argentina.
Gave up 3 singles last inning, but came back with 3 strikeouts.
Aaron Waugh will lead things off. He grounded out to Shane Boland, who's come out of the game. Blake Hunter, who batted for him, stays in the game, plays 3rd. Nick Shales moves from third to short. And the Chiefs will stare a great battle in their next game. And a chance maybe for a little revenge, Joe. Things did not go well against the Northeast Drillers, a team that they beat on Championship Saturday on their way to a 6th ISC World Tournament title last year in Surrey. As they ran the table on the final day to beat the Bear Creek Express, the Drillers, and then the 7-1 convincing win over the now Bear Creek Gremlins in the title game. Is a 5th strikeout by my count in the game for Martin Gonzalez, who gets Aaron Waugh swinging. And it looks like we might have another change here. So Troy Moffitt will be pinch hit for. Devin McLean will be the pinch hitter. Gonzalez finds the strike zone. Chiefs and the Drillers coming up at 6. The Drillers on the diamond here next. They'll take on the Toronto Batmen in what should be a good round-robin showdown.
Looking forward to that one.
Yes, so the last two on this diamond promise to be good ones. As Gonzalez missing with the rise out side to our pinch hitter. And the high rise in good form. A second straight strikeout for Martin Gonzalez. And here's Willie Schlotzhauer. And my apologies to the family for earlier adding an EN. Schlotzhauer. I think that would go well with the sausage that Blair ate about an hour ago. A Schlotzhauer and a sausage. And that one looked like it went off his own melon.
The old double hit. What did I just do?
His body language is like, what's going on here? I don't need to do that again. He shakes his head.
I could just about get hurt out here.
Yeah. It's like the old Captain Obvious commercial. The great one, the first one ever made, where he ended it off with, "I don't need it right now." Oh, one of my all-time faves. Hey, Jerry, it's Wednesday, you know. Here's Gonzalez. It's Saturday, you know. And Schlotzhauer swings and misses. 2-2 with.
Come back with his rise ball.
I would guess probably up and in would be my guess. We'll see what happens. Nope. Completely missed it. Change away when the count is full. Now you've got to guess.
Yeah.
His number one pitch, the rise. Biondi puts the fingers down, and there it was. 3 up, 3 down, all by way of strikeout for the Tide in the third. They trail the Hill United Chiefs by 7 as we head to inning number 5.
Monthill Golf and Country Club.
That
With our
wind can
beautiful
get lost.
27-hole golf course
Yeah.
open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
Here as you get a great look from the drone of this fine facility. Lions Park in Simcoe, Ontario has become the regular home of the Hill United Chiefs Challenge on day 2 of it. Semifinals and championship games slated for tomorrow at 11 and 1 o'clock respectively. Dale Schweier, his second appearance of the day. Thought he put forth a good outing against the Toronto Batmen, Joe.
Yes, he did. Pitched extremely well.
And Dale will represent Canada later this year at the U23 Pan American Championship, which originally I think was slated for May and then got moved. He's from Fisherville. So Dale Schweier into the game. Now there's no relationship there, is there?
No, I don't. Not direct anyway.
I
I think he's a second cousin or something.
Oh, okay. Talking about Robbie Schweier.
Yes.
Who made his way into the ISC Hall of Fame last August. Facing Luciano Biondi, who has singled and did not like that swing. Lefty versus lefty here to start the 5th. And he's going to go down on strikes to start the 5th. Kyle Essickle, the batter, reached on an error, scored a run, and then flew out to Willie Schlotzhauer. His last time up in the 3rd. Will be interesting how Jeff Ellsworth goes with his pitching against the Northeast Drillers. Will it be Schofield or will they go back to Diaz again?
My guess is Schofield, because I don't think Schofield's touched the mound yet, has he?
He has not been in the circle in the first 3 games. Essickle, Squibber foul. One of 3 Essickle brothers, still very active. Blair, who played at Circle Tap, and they are not in operation this year.
Good job by Schweier. Come in and throw strikes. It's important for him to get his work in.
Sure is. He pitched 14 innings in Mitchell last weekend. That one a change at around 69. Not an easy play for shortstop Corey McLean, but he made it well. Had to go to a knee. And there are 2 away. And now it's Pipolo Lopez, who doubled his last time up. Good movement. On the outside corner for a strike. Scott McLaren puts the right hand in the air. Rise ball, and Dale, I'm not sure we need many more of those back here. It's good. You sit here long enough at this level, at a certain point you don't even really flinch anymore. At first, it's like, never do that again. As Lopez fights off that pitch from Schweier.
Schweier would love to have a good quick inning.
Yeah, they're not easy to come by generally against the likes of the Hill United Chiefs. In Canada, really the sport looking for a young pitcher to really emerge. So every time I see someone like a Schweier,
it's a great sign. Because attrition is going to sit into our program.
Well, there's going to be a big turnover after this year for Team Canada. Sean Cleary's 40 years old.
Well, just the fact that it's in Canada, too, is a big plus. The World Championships, the WBSC.
You hope, Joe, although I find in sports that can work one of two ways.
Yeah.
When it goes good, it's the best place.
Yeah.
When it doesn't go so well, maybe not. Good work by the young pitcher Schweier. A 1-2-3 fifth, and it's what the Chiefs would like to end the game in the bottom half of the inning.
How confident are you in your organization's security posture? If your answer isn't 100%, you're not alone. Most organizations aren't doing enough to protect their data, and they know it. With Armitage Technology, you can stop worrying about IT security issues so you can focus on moving your business forward. Our experienced staff monitor and maintain your IT infrastructure to keep your business running. Visit us at armitagetech.com.
Nolan Boltina's had a great day at home plate. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles off of Martin Gonzalez.
He would love to add to that.
He would. If you're the Chiefs, you're looking for 1, 2, 3 and game over, and then get ready for a big showdown against the Northeast Drillers, who will tangle at 4 o'clock with the Toronto Batmen in the next game on this diamond. Drillers have yet to play on day 2. They were 2-0 last night with a 12-0 victory over Oswegan and a 6-0 triumph over this Townsend Tide group. Boltina might have his third hit. He does. This is a day Boltina will never forget.
Yes.
He's 3 for 3 against the Hill United Chiefs. The youngster. Big smile, and somebody had something humorous to say in the Chiefs dugout. And that'll be nothing but, in its own respect for what they've seen this young guy do.
Yeah.
And the way this sport works, too, Joe.
They remember.
They remember, and I don't always love it in some respects, but you're always being watched.
Yes.
Let's just kind of leave it right there. There can be a lot of, let's call it, upward movement in this sport. So Bultina will have caught the Chiefs' attention as Gonzalez trying to deal well with Corey McLean. He struck him out in the third. 2 balls and a strike to the Townsend shortstop. Bent over, Gonzalez thought he had an out.
Gonzalez wanted that pitch.
Did he ever? He hasn't quite reacted to any pitch today like he just did right there. And there's the rise. Strikeout number 8 on the afternoon for Martin Gonzalez, and there's one away. Jeff Baxendale, who singled his last time up. Gonzalez was able to work himself out of a bases-loaded jam in the third. Mr. Todd says he has 9 strikeouts on his scorecard. And now as I look at mine, I see the one little spot where I didn't put a number in. So 9 strikeouts for Martin. And he's 1 strike away from another. Won't get it here. Nick White circles under it with his good speed, and there's 2 away. Nick has played all 3 defensive positions for the Chiefs in 2025. Right, center, and left. In fact, this might be his first appearance of the year in left field. Primarily has been in right and then in center when Brad Ezekiel has not played defensively.
Well, he will be pushing a lot of the Chiefs outfielders, I feel, to that starting 9 later on in the year.
He's not hurting his causes with how his season has begun. Lifted up in the air. Gonzalez handles it, and Martin Gonzalez has another win in the circle. And the Chiefs are 3-0 as they require 5 innings to down the Townsend Tide by a count of 8-1. And one of the key blows was a Brad Ezekiel 3-run home run in a big second inning. Mr. Todd, do you have a final thought?
No, just a great job by Martin Gonzalez to keep the bats of the Townsend Tide controlled. A great job by Nolan Bultina, leadoff batter for them, with 3 of the 6 hits.
4 o'clock, our next one, and it's a good one. 2-0 Northeast Drillers against the 2-1 Toronto Batmen. So long for now from Lions Park in Simcoe.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas.
Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more.
The best quality live softball, on demand so you can watch when you want. Become a Premier member now. SoftballPremierTV.com.
Live it on Softball Premier.